it's a great result today. You must be really pleased to run away at 60-point winners.
Yeah, look, it is a good win. Percentage is going to be crucial at the end of the year. So to capitalise on Clarence having a few injuries today was certainly a good thing. But our inaccurate goal kicking was probably let us down a little bit towards the end.
Yeah. It felt like in the rooms after the game, you're just trying to keep a lid on it a bit, like acknowledging that it was a great result, but realising that there might be some tougher challenges to come late in the season.
Yeah, it's funny coming back after a bye and having half your squad go away and playing a state game, and they've got the highs of that. Plus, you get the inclusion of 4 Mariners as well. Sometimes it can just disrupt the balance of the team a little bit. And I thought the boys actually handled it quite well. And the passages of play today were really good. And as I said just before, I think the only negative was really our goal kicking.
It felt like you really got on in the second half of the match. I think they only kicked one more goal for the half, and especially in that final quarter, it felt like you really punished them with your goal kicking. Yeah,
look, I think we probably controlled the majority of the game. And you look at the inside 50s, and I think we nearly had 3 to their 1. If you add them all up, and I just don't think we cashed in on that. 70-point win any day of the week is a good result, but given the amount of shots we had on, we probably should have won by a little bit more.
You must be really pleased with the game of Alex Hevey, who was really good on the win and then was able to make an impact up for kicking 3 goals.
Yeah, he's as good, and come back from a long layoff with a quad injury, and he's certainly shows his experience around the ground. He can play in the middle, he can go forward, and he kicks a good goal, and he's got his mojo back at the moment, so he's doing some good things. And we were able to throw the side around a bit today. We tried guys in multiple positions, had a good couple of 6-way rotations going, which were effective, so didn't really give the opposition a chance to get set on some of our players.
I also thought the McGuinness brothers were really dangerous for you up forward. They seemed to kick 5 goals between them and just look really ominous all day.
Yeah, look, getting Matty back from the Devils was a good thing, and he's shown why that he's in the Allies squad at the moment, and hopefully he gets a go for that, because his form today was really good. Having him, Josh, and we even throw Josh forward in the last quarter, and although he didn't kick a goal, he was certainly effective up there. And Benny structures us up really well. He hits at the ball carrier all the time, and I think he only finished with 1 goal 5. So he could have had a day out, but he certainly straightens us up.
It must be really pleasing to have your captain out for this game, Bryce Walsh, and still be able to control the game so well without his leadership on the field.
Yeah, certainly we miss Bryce. He's a good inside player, and we get him back the next game. And also Reece Sutton too. Sutton has been in fantastic form throughout the year. He's one of our on-field leaders and controls the wing really well. So to have those 2 out, and as I said, getting the Devils players back sort of fills some holes. But they certainly are well missed.
It felt like in the first quarter there was kind of a bit of spirit in the game, like a bit of niggle in the game. Did you have to calm the boys down at quarter time, or do you think that just kind of naturally dispelled as the game went on?
Not really. Look, I think with the Clarence Lauderdale rivalry, it's always going to be a bit of niggle. It gets pumped up quite a bit, and they've had the wood over the Lauderdale Football Club for a number of years. So the tide's turned a little bit at the moment, and they're going through a rebuilding phase that Lauderdale have had to do from the start and build up. So look, I'm sure in a couple of years down the track it'll turn again, but at the moment we're probably the stronger outfit, and it's good to get it over them, being tagged to the little sister there for a few years.
And I guess looking on to next week, you've got Glenorchy here at Skybus. You must be really looking forward at getting another crack at them, since they're the only team you've lost to this season. Yeah,
look, it's certainly a game we'll turn our attentions to now, and we'll sit down during the week and put a fair bit of attention into the way they go about it. They've got some players in fantastic form at the moment. Young Camarek's probably one of the best midfielders in the competition, so he's one guy we'll have to put a bit of attention into. You've always got guys like Jay Bowden and Reece Mott running around. They're always going to be a formidable side, so we'll put a bit of time into them this week and look to rebound from the last game we played against them. That was probably one of our worst performances for the year so far.
Jeremy, I guess it must be a pretty hard loss to take, a 60-point loss.
Yeah, look, it was. I thought the first half, well, they obviously had some opportunity in front of goal and didn't quite put them through the big sticks, and probably didn't capitalise on their momentum. But our guys, credit, I thought they fought really hard through the first 2.5 quarters. But Lauderdale just showed their class. Look, I looked at their team on paper on Thursday night, and you know, they've got stars in every line. They had obviously had their state academy players back today, so they, you know, don't really think they have a weak player in their 22 today. So they just showed their class at the end of the day. The stoppage count was even for large parts of the game, but when they got a run on or they got a stoppage win, they were really clean with the footy. And then on turnover, they opened us up a few times just with their foot skills. So they, you know, if we look at both clubs in isolation, and we run the ruler over the names and where each club's at, they're ready to win a premiership, and we're probably starting again and building something for the future. So, yeah, look, really disappointed with, you know, the end result and the margin in particular, but we take some positives out of the day and move forward for next week.
I guess it must have been tough for you guys having some injuries, which is kind of really exacerbated in a young side that you're playing at the moment.
Yeah, it is, but it's also, you know, look, we didn't have Brady and Coxie and those guys today, but again, I said it last week out of KJ5, but there's nothing better for Sam Lewis-Johnson and Sam Green and Ethan Jackson and Oscar Paprotny and Jack Preshaw and Ollie Preshaw and all these young guys that, you know, are under 10 games. Look, we want to play Lauderdale and North Launceston and Glenorchy every week, because it's going to make us a better club and it's going to give us really good experience and it's going to show the players where they need to get to. So, although we're disappointed about today and the result, it's going to, you know, hold our club in good stead for the remainder of the year, number one, but also moving forward as a group.
I thought Christopher and Nield looked really good for you guys, especially in the first half. He kind of looked like the man up forward.
Yeah, look, he's had a bit of an interrupted year with some injury stuff, but the thing we like about Chris is that he gives us a contest. He's got really good leg speed. When he's the ball's in his area, people know that he's around. You know, he was one of our leaders today. He's only been at our club for 18 months. So I thought he was really, really good up forward and gave us a real good contest.
I also thought both Preshaw brothers looked really good for you today.
Yeah, they're both building their game. Like Ollie's kicked five or six in the development against Glenorchy, and then he came in today. He came in late for Brady, and you know, he had a crack in the air. He took a couple of really nice marks. And Jack's, you know, he's just a young guy inside mid that puts his head over the ball and he's clean below his knees. So both those players are going to be fantastic players for us moving forward. We just need to continue to invest games in them.
At three-quarter time, I heard you in a huddle saying that you just kind of wanted to open the game up, score some more goals.
Yeah.
Do you think them kind of getting run of goals in the last was kind of a consequence of trying to...
Oh, maybe. We probably thought through the third quarter against the Breeze that we missed some opportunities to change lanes and get the ball moving and into some transition footy. We probably just barred out down the line a bit. I think they kicked 1-5 for the quarter and we kicked a goal, 1-1. So it was just more the point that we probably had the scoring end, and so we did try and open up the game and that way, and we probably did leak a few goals like that, but I just thought if we could get some momentum in the game, finish off with a couple of goals late, that can really lead into a big game next week for us. Yeah, it was more around a learning thing. We obviously knew the game was done, but it was more just giving the guys some encouragement to continue to play the way we wanted to play.
I felt like it was a spirited contest in there, especially in the first quarter with a bit of niggle off the ball. Did you have to have a word with the guys just to calm them down?
Not really. Clarence Lauderdale, Clarence Glenorchy, Clarence North Launceston, they're big games. There's going to be a bit of niggle. That's fine. Do we overstep the mark a couple of times today? Maybe. Did they? Probably as well. But there's a big crowd at Lauderdale. You know, there's a bit of atmosphere here today. So guys are going to get frustrated. So, yeah, look, I just think it was part and parcel of the game. I don't think it was, you know, something that didn't cost us the game, obviously. It was just part and parcel of what transpired.
You've got the Tigers at Bluntstone next week. You must be looking forward to having another crack at them, because I know you were disappointed last time you played them at Twin Oval. Yeah,
we were disappointed with our first quarter. You know, they really out-hunted us around the contest, and it was a bit of a slippery night down at the Twin Oval. So we were disappointed in that game. And look, if we want to play some finals footy this year, it's probably a game we need to win. So I reckon it's a really good game for us. We can build it up early in the week. It's at Bluntstone. So, you know, we should get some soldiers back for next week, a couple of our leaders back. So we can really, you know, come Monday, we can review this game, put it behind us, and then really build up for a really solid game against the Tigers. I think we've seen, you know, North Launceston and Glenorchy Lauderdale, and then there's probably, Launceston are probably just underneath those groups, and then there's the three, the Tigers ourselves and North Hobart that are fighting it out for that last finals position. So, we think we've learnt from our last 3 games, so it's going to be a really good opportunity to go against a team that's around about where we are. They're probably a little bit ahead in terms of their development, but we go in knowing that if we can get a win, it's going to help our finals chances.